This gives me an idea.
Hello everyone, welcome back to A Fictional Escapist. My name is Chris, and today's video is what could potentially be the start of a little libraries project here on the channel. This idea has come from a couple of places. One is that I've been asked a fair bit recently for my Amazon wish list. I'm fairly reluctant to give this wish list out, just not for anyone having my address or seeing what I've got on there or anything like that. It's that I'm fortunate enough to have a disposable income, and I would rather that your money be spent on yourselves or also just other people that may be less fortunate than myself. I'm pretty good in terms of where I am with book buying and whatnot, but a lot of people have asked, and it's so lovely and it's so generous of both your time and your finances to want to do that for me. On the rare occasion, I've said yes, but those have been quite rare for those reasons, and again, I'm very grateful when those things do come my way. But there's been enough questioning of it lately for me to think of a way that maybe you could send things to me but they don't come to me. The other thing that I've seen around Brisbane is there is an abundance of small community libraries, and in those small community libraries are the same books over and over again. We've got Lee Child, we've got Danielle Steele, we've got a couple of the classics in there, but they tend to stick around either sort of crime or thriller or some sort of romance drama situation, and occasionally you'll find one that has a bunch of kids' books. So what I thought I could do is kill two birds with one stone over a couple of months towards the end of the year and donate all of those books to little libraries. I'm going to switch view now to the actual website, and we're going to have a look at what the little libraries entail. So in Australia, we have this, I guess it's a company, it's a registration called Street Libraries Australia, and it is country-wide. So we can go in and have a look at where any of these street libraries may exist. You don't need library cards to be able to access them. You can just go ahead and pick up a book. But if I scroll down here and we have a look at the sheer amount of little libraries that we have around Brisbane, it's insane. So these are all the numbers of little libraries that we have around certain areas. So let's click 43, for example, and we'll get a zoom in on the map to see just where they are located around Brisbane. If we're looking Australia-wide and we're just looking sort of close to where I live, we're looking at 624 of these little libraries, which is absolutely insane. It's such a cool little project. These can be in shopping centres, these can be just on the side of the road for people. But let's zoom in and have a look at around my area. This is the city that I live in. I can get pretty much from here to, so this is Redcliffe, I can get all the way down to Beenleigh, and that trip there is about 2 hours to do if you're doing it in the speed limits. And within that area, there are so many of these little libraries. So if I go in and I even zoom in, let's say this area with the biggest number, with 68, each of these little suburbs have this many little libraries that we can go and find in there. So I thought, what a great opportunity to open up an Amazon wish list that is not for me, but is for Brisbane. And we can share our love of indie SFF to share with Australia. And some of these books I can take on my trip. I'm driving from Brisbane to Perth at the beginning of next year. How cool would it be to stop in these little libraries that I find along the way and just put a book or two in there? So let's talk about where you come in and what help I'm looking for. I'm going to create a fictional escapist specific Amazon wish list. On that wish list, I'm going to put a number of the indie books that I have loved this year, the indie books from authors who are already interested in getting involved, that have contacted on Twitter or have said they're going to keep an eye on this project, and I'll put it on that wish list. If you wish to donate a book, this will go to my shipping address, but it will not be for me. It will be for this project where I'm going to dedicate a full day in November. I will vlog it. I will show the people who donate the books that the books are being put into these little libraries. This is not going to be for me in any way, shape or form, but for the Australia-wide community. And I thought it'd be a pretty cool way to show support to our indie brethren and also to get some better books out in the world. You know, you can only read Danielle Steele for so long. So I'll create this wish list. From today, this wish list will be in the description box down below. You are able to purchase from this wish list, send it to the shipping address with a note if you so choose, and I will commit to a day in November where Rachel and I will basically drive the coastline from coast to coast in Brisbane, Gold Coast to Sunshine Coast. We'll be hunting down little libraries and we'll be putting what I hope is a fairly full box of books across the city here, or across the suburb, and about a 2-hour landscape. We'll have a book each in there. So for the authors who wish to donate, when you donate off an Amazon wishlist, you do have an option to write a gift note. So for my authors, doesn't need to be limited to authors, book reviewers, for just people in the general community who want to get involved in this, you can write a note. So for authors, maybe write something about yourself, your website, where can they find you if they're really interested. I know it's normally in the back of the book or the front of the book, but personalize your message and I will glue it into the front of the book, just like a signature, I guess, or a signature plate, which can then go into one of these little libraries and give someone a personal touch when they pick up this book. For my book reviewers, where can people find you if they're interested in these type of books? Put it in your little note and say, hey, happy reading. If you like this, maybe here's another recommendation you can go ahead and have a look at. For people of the general community who want to get involved, please, of course, put your name, say, hope you enjoy this book. Give us a little blurb of maybe something else that someone might enjoy as well, and I'll stick it in the front of these books that get donated. If you're an author, if you're a reader who does not see the book that you wish to donate on this wish list, my DMs will be open throughout this entire project. The scope of this project will happen from about mid-September right and through until maybe the end of the first week of November, when I'll pick a time to go ahead and do that journey, and I'll close the wish list off at that time. There are some authors that do not sell their physical books on Amazon that may want to get involved, and I also know shipping costs are astronomical. So get in touch with me. I am happy within a reasonable vicinity to cover your shipping costs should you want to get involved and send those books my way. If you're donating books, I will donate the shipping costs for you so you don't have to do both. If you are someone who really can't afford it but really does want to get involved in this, again, please do reach out into my DMs. I am going to be donating up to 10 books for this project for those members of the community. I will also open up what's called a Ko-fi, K-O-F-I. I don't really know how it works just yet, but I will open one where you can donate, and you can donate like a couple of dollars rather than a whole book, and that money will go towards purchasing books for this project. And again, I will close that account once this project is done. I do not want any of this for me. If that sounds like something that you'd really like to get involved in, please do check out the links down below. I'll be advertising this over the next little bit. I would love to get people talking about it on their own channels, particularly those people who are not in Australia. So let's get the whole world involved in this project to just put an abundance of indie SFF out in the world, in Brisbane and its greater surrounds. I'm already excited about this project. I've got a few books in mind that I would like to be donating myself. Like I said, I'll be donating up to 10 for people who want to but are unable to afford it at the moment. Shipping costs, please do get in contact with me. I've got a little bit of a budget to be able to do that and offer that for authors who do want to send books my way but aren't necessarily on Amazon, and we'll see how many we can get. I'm hoping for like 20 to 30 books. I think that'd be a pretty cool outing. We'll put 1 or 2 in each of the community libraries that we see. I know around my immediate vicinity, within a 20-minute radius or walking radius in either direction, there are 3. So we're going to find quite a few of these, but I sort of want to spread it out a little bit and make a day of it and vlog it for everyone who gets involved. So I thought that'd be a really cool thing to do. If you're excited about the project, give it one of those. If you want to see more of me doing random stuff like this, then click subscribe at your will. Let's get the world involved. Share it on your channels. If you do have a booktube channel, share the wish list. It'll be readily available for you down in the description box down below if you do want to do so. Again, no pressure. I'm going to be donating some books anyway and making a vlog of this anyway, but I thought it'd be a nice way to help out our indie SFF community, maybe a way to build some excitement about those books that are not traditionally published but are just as good and deserve that recognition. Let me know how you want to do this, if you're excited about it. I'm willing to hear all about it in the comments down below. Like I said, I'll be sharing this a bunch over the next 6 weeks or so, and we'll see what we can get. All right, that's it for today. I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.